Special salutations. I am the Imperial Transcendence Destiny Celesta Shadow Star, founder and president of Truth Mirrors Reality Humanitarian Agency. Guidance from the psychological heritage of humanity. Existence is one whole being, and observation and experience highlight the trichotomous and pentagonal identity of all that exists and happens. What results from combining a straight line and a curved line alphabetically? It is the capitalized letter D in the English alphabet, exemplifying a fusion trinity. Encryptions have a placeholder and a deeper meaning to convey, and the letter A, based on alphabetical order, can be assigned the number 1 or 27, etc. And the letter Z, based on alphabetical order, can be assigned the number 26 or 52, etc. The innocence law is one identity level combined with sexually oriented locations of consequences at the next level and the holistic settings as a hermaphrodite, merged trinity, then independent trinity. The inherited psychological core is externally encrypted with 5 tiers of symbolic labels as the intuitive and inherent natural law for the basic identity. These encrypted codes are 90L, 106B, 115K, 225Q, and 333U. The psychological heritage of humanity establishes that a child of freedom, which is the holistic decision maker, and complete skin oneness, which is guided by a maternal or motherly fare, which is symbolized with the airs resembling ovaries, separation and avoidance of death, pain, inferiority, isolation, and ignorance of identity, and a paternal or fatherly love. The eyes resemble the testes, which is closeness and pursuit of life, pleasure, superiority, connection, and knowledge of identity. There are 5 groupings of 10, and each has a dual virtual name amounting to 60 in total, with initial, parental love, fear, pride, shame, and progeny combined to total 65. The overlaying 5 labels for pursuit and avoidance groups are life and death, pleasure and pain, superiority and inferiority, connection and isolation, and identity and anonymity. There are the 4 limbs of 10 aspects each, and the core of 1 pelvis, 1 ribcage, 1 skull, 1 darkness, 1 light, and 5 senses, which amount to 10. The core covers the specific pursuits of life and that for which the lack thereof is avoided, such as air, water, food, sleep, and sex. There is an overlay of 40 for the shoulder, elbow, wrist, the dark side of the hand, and the light side of the hand, and 5 fingers amounting to 5 times 2 as one of 2 upper limbs, and there is also an overlay of hip, knee, ankle, the dark side of the foot, the light side of the foot, and the 5 toes, amounting to 5 times 2 as one of 2 lower limbs. These cover pursued pleasure and the lack thereof to be avoided, such as seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and tasting. These cover knowledge, strength, beauty, highness, and fullness, as showcased with paternal or fatherly pride. The nose resembles the penis and resembles the high mountain, and contrasting ignorance, weakness, ugliness, lowness, and emptiness as concealed with maternal or motherly shame. The mouth resembles the vagina and resembles a deep basin, like the ocean. There are the specific experiences of being a child, romantic partner, parent, connected to humanity with empathy, and connected to existence and the lack thereof. These are also for the specific curiosity of identity and the lack thereof pertaining to the source of identity, journey of identity, and destiny of identity, private reputation, and public reputation at a grand total of 65. Captivity, the navel as the fruit of the maternal womb sign, quantifies as an extra 1, plus the 1 inherited maternal voice and 1 inherited paternal voice, symbolized as the clitoris or Adam's apple. There is an added to 1 function of memory, 1 function of imagination, and the 1 function of rationality as sourced by the 3 colors of the eye. There is 1 for the eyes favoring symmetry and 1 for the ears maintaining balance. Breathing functions as 1 pull of inhalation and 1 push of exhalation. The lips represent 1 smile and 1 frown. There is an observer of 1 asleep, 1 awake, and 1 mixed state to overlay the pelvis, rib cage, and skull. The 2 shades of words are pure truth and obscured falsehood. The 2 hands are structured to help and the 2 feet are structured to harm. The 2 clavicle are the fight or flight mechanism and the 2 scapulae represent the competitive or complacent streak for the total of 90. That is the letter L in the English alphabet as the basic law structure. The higher tier adds 16 to the basic 90, which adds rewards and punishments for which to celebrate or commiserate. 4 of the placeholders are the light, double-breasted milk productions of the rib cage and the dark fecal productions of the buttocks on the pelvis, which symbolize the emotional punishment of blame for the destructive use of freedom and being laughed at for a possibly low life, which is feces rejected from the feminine basins of the twin buttocks, and emotional reward of credit for the constructive use of freedom and being envied for a possibly high life, which is the milk accepted from the masculine twin mountains of the breast, a singular craftsmanship of natural law for humanity as a balanced hermaphrodite also includes 4 symbolic placeholders for the testes and the ovaries as song and silence, males have a dominant voice, and the penis and vagina as dance and stillness, the penis performs an erection. 2 armpits feature hair signifying work, and the hair at the groin is 2 signifying play, and there is 1 feature of flowing hair like a climax of golden honey resembling urine and signifying growth, black and white wax gold. There is an added 3 in heterosexual relationships. The beauty of virginity hymen crowns the strength of masculinity as sweat with feminine blood, and the male attention crowns the leadership beauty of refined femininity with a thumbs up scepter by the visually stimulated male. And the transcendent oneness represents a mantle of orgasm and mutual knowledge fusing and taking flight with the wings of eyebrows, which amounts to 106, that is the letter B in the English alphabet, to amount to the instructional law and consequences. The symbolic framework of the 2 arms as wide occupants represents space as an embrace, the 2 legs as narrow occupants represent time as an exhibit, and the spine as an occupant traverses the 3 houses of the skeleton as the pelvis, ribcage, and skull to signify matter, that is, liquid, solid, and gas, and the 2 states of energy, that is, the darkness of the lunar scalp hemisphere fused with the light of the solar facial hemisphere, also of the skull, to add 9 to the abstraction of 1 member, which amounts to 115. That is the letter K in the English alphabet. Placeholders for each of the 2 abstract parental beings calculate 115, subtract 4 sex-oriented features, which equals 111, and 111 times 2 plus 3 is equal to an identity number of 225. That is the letter Q in the English alphabet. The triad consists of sperm, the journey, ovum, the destiny, and evolving entangled fusion. The trichotomous symbolism of existence may also portray an abstract female. Ovaries precede testes in the development of a fetus, suggesting feminine precedence in the childhood demographic. the child as a fusion spark may be replaced with a third member developed to transcendent fruition, which would entail 111 multiplied by 3, which amounts to 333. That is the letter U in the English alphabet as an interpretive estimation for the full codified calculation of the original abstract triad family of natural law. The sum of digits is a calculation obtained by adding the combined digits in a number, and for 90L it is a simplified 9I, and for 106B it is 7G, and 106, 225 is Q, which is 9I, and the sum of digits for 333U is also 9I. Existence is a place of opposites and mirrors. Thus, anomalies with people and overall nature comprise individuals who may enjoy partaking of and/or extending pain in a destructive pathological deviation from those who are healthy and constructive in the pursuit and exchange of pleasure. This is a timeless overview of the natural dignity and rational and intuitive interpretation of the common trichotomous and pentagonal symbolic human identity. People strive to embrace, exhibit, and exceed pure, polished perfection in an ascending direction. Thank you.